So we're just a few days removed from the anniversary of the 1919 storm. And tonight we're actually taking a closer look at one of the storm's lesser known stories. Our Seth Kovar joins us now with a look at this. Seth, you've been doing some research and there's actually something about a baby that wasn't even buried until 70 years later.
It's an incredibly odd story. No one I talked to knows for sure what happened exactly. Apparently the embalming process back then left the baby's body in a petrified state, so it didn't compose like embalmed bodies do today. She remained in her original casket in the preparation room at a local funeral home for decades. That's until a new employee, the funeral home's current owner, made a shocking discovery. As Ron Alonzo carefully leafed through 100-year-old records of the bodies that came into Maxwell P. Dunn Funeral Home following the 1919 hurricane, he told me about the day in the early 1980s when he found baby Snookems.
I was very persistent with the ownership of Maxwell P. Dunn that we need to go ahead and lay Snookems to rest.
That finally happened in 1990, 71 years after the baby died.
I don't know all the particulars as to why they delayed in doing that.
14 more years would pass before the unmarked grave for the unknown baby girl would get a marker at Rose Hill Cemetery. The date of her death is wrong, but cemetery leaders say it finally made right her long wait for eternal rest.
Unfortunately, they engraved it incorrectly, but she's well loved. We tend her well here, and she has finally a resting place.
How restful her days were at the funeral home isn't clear, but Alonzo says, rest assured, once his family took over, Snookems wasn't disturbed.
Over the years, I've heard many stories of Snookems and other folks that knew about Snookems, but in the period of time that I was here, Snookems was never out for display.
If that ever did happen, it never will again. And while her file in the cemetery office is almost empty, the hearts of people close to her story are full. They think the baby lost to time has really always been found.
I think that our Lord would have carried her right up. She was probably one of the earliest little angels from the 1919 hurricane.
Absolutely. Now, of course, Snookems is not the baby's real name. In fact, no one knows her real name. The best guess for the Snookems nickname is that it came about in the 1930s when there was a popular radio character named Baby Snooks. What do you think, Katya?
I would explain it. All right, Seth, thanks for bringing us that story. By the way, Rose Hill Cemetery is also home to a mass grave consisting of dozens of unidentified bodies from the 1919 hurricane. There was a ceremony there on Saturday in honor of the 100th anniversary of the storm.